PYX 106.
It's 1-800-LAW-1010, 1-800-LAW-1010.com. Our good friend Paul Harding joins us. Good morning, Paul.
Good morning, guys.
This is great because this is two birds with one stone. We get to check the box. It takes care of some entertainment news, and we get to educate Quinn here on how much of a marriage is actually a contract.
Okay. All right, this is exciting because, I am getting married. I'm nuptialing it.
So we go to The Voice, where the rumor is, and I didn't even know this, I'm so out of the loop, that my favorite girl, Gwen Stefani,
yes,
who is divorcing Gavin Rossdale
of Bush, yeah,
allegedly is having an affair with Blake Shelton,
which blew my mind too. And I watched the show.
I'm totally disappointed.
In who?
In Gwen Stefani.
You don't think that he's a good catch for her?
I think I would much rather stay with Gavin.
It's an interesting choice for both of them, I think. You look at that Miranda Lambert Cantara, a beautiful woman, nothing like Gwen Stefani.
So how much of a marriage, Paul, is a contract, and is my boy Gavin going to get a piece of her cut because she's worth quite a bit?
Well, things here, let me start with New York here, because things got kind of different in New York in 2010. We used to have what they would call a ground state, meaning you couldn't divorce someone even if you wanted to unless you could prove a ground, and that ground was abandonment, cruel, inhuman punishment. And
wait. Hold on one second. So that used to happen. Now,
correct.
If you get bored, you can divorce, right?
Now we have no fault divorce. We join the rest of the country, and we can just kind of get a divorce if we're just not getting along. And so, but the question always comes up is, hey, if you're the bad guy, so you're the one that's sort of bringing about this divorce, you're the one who maybe went out, committed adultery, or you're the one who's cruel and inhuman, does that affect equitable distribution, or let's call it what it is, the money distribution within the assets of a marriage? And so the rule universally is it does not. So you're in a situation where whether you're the one who kind of blew up the marriage or someone else is, you are locked in a contract. Any income that you've entered the marriage with is yours. Okay, money you've entered with, as long as you can prove it, you don't commingle it, is yours. But any new money is going to get whacked up 50-50.
What about all the money, like say that my buddy, his name is Quilt, say he's got a ton of money before the wedding, but he spends it all on the wedding. Does that money still go back to him?
No. It's the money spent on the wedding is kind of gone, and so now you guys are starting fresh. Quilts, your friend Quilt is starting fresh.
He's a good guy.
Yeah,
first marriage.
Paul, what about my buddy Santara, who got married in Massachusetts but then moved to New York?
Oh, good question.
Yeah, they look at the site of the marriage and how long you've been here. So if you were to divorce here now in New York, the New York rules are going to apply. And if you were kind of living both places, you hadn't quite committed to live here in New York, then they'd go back to Massachusetts.
What if your buddy Santara still owned property in another state, and part of that went on to the taxes and that kind of thing? Maybe there's a loophole. We can work something out for him.
There might be a loophole, but long-term marriages usually result in whacking things up 50-50 and distributing the money.
So I wish the advice here was follow your heart and be with somebody that makes you happy, but it's never that, is it?
Unfortunately, I mean, you wish it was that, don't you, Paul?
Well, it is that, but then things have a way, as we've seen with Gwen Stefani and Mr. Shelton, of breaking down. Even the best-case scenario will look like great marriages, look like great relationships.
Right.
So I guess the concept that it is a contract, because here you are entering into a contract, risking 50% of your assets. So, folks who go in with lots of assets should consider a contingency in that contract, which they call a prenuptial agreement.
Right.
And maybe some of these artists did have that.
I just can't believe he had enough game, Paul, to land Gwen Stefani. I just can't
They
believe
work together.
I'm aware of that.
That's such an environment for breeding, love.
Oh, yeah,
Or at
okay.
least lust. But I'm curious if my friend Quilt's fiance, the frozen one, cheats on him, he's off the hook for that 50-50 payout, though, isn't he?
Not true.
What?
See, what they did is it doesn't matter who the bad guy is. That used to be the ground for divorce. Now it doesn't matter who the bad guy is. The money gets whacked up evenly, so it's tricky. Yeah,
Well,
so you're going to marry someone.
How does that make any sense?
It seems not fair at all, Paul.
Because it's that no-fault thing.
Often it's a he said, she said deal, and so the courts are not going to get in to see who the real bad guy is. Sometimes you're both bad guys. Sometimes love just fell apart. And
Listen,
but no, it does not affect equitable distribution. So you can be the bad guy and still get your 50%.
I'm gonna tell Quilt that because you gotta, if you're gonna get yours. Doesn't matter if she's gonna get his. It doesn't matter. Yeah, it's not a. You can't. You're cheating. You're cheating. It doesn't affect your money.
It's difficult, but you've probably seen this, Paul. How delicate is a topic of a prenuptial before before someone actually gets married? It's tough to talk about.
It's real tricky, and it's often a topic that the families of the people getting married bring up because they know there's some asset. It could be family asset, it could be a business, and so they promote it. But sure, it causes some great angst, and often it's not talked about till closer to the marriage, because you don't get engaged with a prenup in your hand, right? But you do get one prior to the marriage. So absolutely, I've seen lots of unique things happen during that time.
I'd say if you're like 256, 257 days out from your wedding, might be time to start thinking about that nup.
It might be time to start thinking about how ridiculous marriage is in this country. What the hell? All of this, a moot point if you just go and be happy with the person.
Be happy.
Be happy.
Paul, this was interesting stuff. Paul
Thanks.
Harding from Martin Harding and Mazzotti, 1-800-LAW-1010 and 1-800-LAW1010.com.
It's Quinn Cantara.